Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. This is not what is in my stash. This is just showing you how I'm going to sort it out. And as you can see, there's this corner here. I've pulled everything out and it's piles on the floor down there. You can see. I'm going to sort out what I'm putting here. I'm going to sort out all the blues that's down here. Anything blue, light blue, dark blue, turquoise, mixed, anything with mixture, all the blues going to go in that corner, because I have got loads of stuff just all jumbled up. I did have it sorted at one time. I knew where everything was and I could just pick up what I wanted, but I can never find it now. I'm looking for something now, I'm sure I've got some of that somewhere, and I'm pulling everything out trying to find it, and then when I have to put everything back, I just put them back anyway. So I need to sort them out. But this lot from here, most of this from here, there's a couple of packs up the top that's not really to do with mine, was what I put to one side for myself. So I'm going to have to sort that out. I might take that down and put it into one of my cupboards, because I do have cupboards in this bedroom like that I can put stuff like that in. And that'll get them out of the way and that'll be more room for to sort out what I want. But that's what I'm going to start in this corner, put anything with blues in first. And then when I get them sorted, because there's some of them amongst these, yeah, there's some blue there. And different shades of blue, there's some darker blue and colours. I'm going to sort them, what's here, after I put them, if I put all these out. And then I'll pull out what's on the shelves, and that's because there's another different shade of blue up here. And bits and bags over there. I need to sort some of them out and sort them so it's just a little bit easier to find what I'm looking for. Because it's such a jumble at the moment, and it'll be a bit tidier when I do that. So this is like I'm saying, it's not what I've got in my stash, because you can see what I've got in my stash, what's there. I just need to sort it all out so it's easier for me to find what I want when I want it. I think I was looking for something the other day and I think I pulled nearly everything out and just pushed it all back again when I found what I wanted. But anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to turn my laptop around and move my table back a little bit and turn my laptop around and just show you a bit of what I have been doing. I don't seem to do as many videos these days. I think I need to bring that down a little bit because it's too high up to sort out, to show you what I've been doing anyway. This was a peg bag. I'll just have to put a button on for that's the little tag there where I put a button on, and you can hang it on the line, you know, and then just move it along the line as you're doing your washing, hanging your washing out. So I finished that one with the base on, and I've just started this one. I haven't done any of this today because I've been busy doing other things, but this is a project bag. It's a bit bigger than this one, as you can see. The pieces together. I think this one is just slightly narrower than what this one is. So that's a bit of a bigger base for a project bag. And that seems to be all crochet there. That's what I've done with that. And I got a bit more of one of the sleeves done. It's not quite up to the armhole yet. It's still got a bit to go before it gets up to the armhole. But I may do a little bit more of that tonight. I just do just a little bit now and again of these things. Get that on there. And I have been doing another one of my own little cardigans off this pattern here. I have got testers out, and one lady's given me just a little, it's not actually a fault, but she did tell me about a little thing where I had the number of stitches wrong, but it wasn't actually a fault. It's hard to explain. It's when I do the pattern, I start off with 2 stitches at the start before I start the pattern, and I finish with 2 stitches at the other end. Well, the instructions I have for how to make the lacy pattern is in brackets, and the last stitches in those brackets is knit 2. So because there's 5 moss stitch on either side, when you come to the end of the row, all I should have put was that you follow what's in brackets until you have 5 stitches left for the moss stitch. But I had put 7 stitches, which is 2 stitches is in the bracket. I do get a little bit mixed up sometimes. There is dyslexia in my family, and I think it affects me sometimes. So that's what I do, and I thought when looking at that, I thought I'll have to do that. And like I'm saying, the only way I can really sort things out to make sure something's right is to knit it myself. So this is a 20-inch, another one of those same little cardigans that I've been doing, which I started a 20-inch one, and I'm actually doing a tutorial for this one because I haven't done a 20-inch tutorial. I think I've done a 16-inch one tutorial for this one. So I've started doing little bits, and it'll probably not be all in one go because it does take quite a while. I'll probably put it up in a few, maybe 2 or 3 pieces for this. So I've started, that's where I've started. I've done the tutorial. This is the back. It's the back and the 2 fronts all done in one. So I've done a little bit of a tutorial for what I've done up to now, and that's probably all I'm going to be knitting on that one just now anyway. And then I'll do a bit more of the tutorial when I do a bit more. I think I left off on the tutorial telling everyone that they had to knit up till it measured 7 inches or 7.5 inches, depending what length anybody wants it. They don't have to have it the length that it says in the pattern. So that was that one I sorted. And then I forgot about this. I did this on Saturday when I was in Keswick on the bus. I decided to make a... I have to cut that off. I didn't have any scissors on me when I was on the bus to cut that off, so my scissors are downstairs. So I decided to make a little notion pouch. And I got the whole thing done, the whole thing crocheted. I just have to put a lining in the zip in it now. I'm going to do another colour around the outside. That's what I do with this one. I do the inside part of it and then do all the way around the whole thing with another colour. I have some dark blue in the same kind of wool because this is a mercerised cotton. And I do have a little bit of it's not quite dark navy, it's nearly navy. Little bit blue to put all around the edge of it. That's what I'm going to do with this. But I had a bit of a laugh with this on the bus when I was going to Keswick because I took it with me because I knew it was probably about 3 hours altogether on the bus there and the same coming back. And I needed something to do because I couldn't just sit and do nothing. It's the same as me. I cannot just sit in the night time and watch a television. I have to be doing something. So... and my voice might be a little bit croaky because this cold thing is a little bit better, but my voice is still a bit croaky and I may have to stop the video now and again if I start coughing because I cannot stop. But anyway, a little funny episode on the bus when I was doing this because we were sitting right near the front where we could talk to the driver, who was a friend of ours, mine and Anne's, who was the bus Ronnie. And when we was just sitting talking to him, I had to put it down on my knee because I couldn't quite hear what he was saying, and I put everything down on my knee like that and I was leaning over. And we come to like a bump in the road and the hook rolled off my knee. And I thought it would just be down the floor, but it wasn't. We hunted all around, we looked over, there was a little scap at the front. We thought I might have fell down into the well in the front where you get off the bus, and we're looking there and we couldn't find it, and I was looking up the aisle and couldn't see it up the aisle. We're on the floor looking under the seat, and I was like, oh, me crochet hook, man, where on earth did gone. And I gave up. Actually, I just put it back in my bag. And then all of a sudden, it was about 10 minutes later, the bus hit another bus where it was sort of going down like that, another bump. And I felt something hit my foot. And when I looked, there was my hook. It must have rolled all the way at the back because it had went sort of up a hill. And it must have come back down again when it went down. And so I found my hook because I was shouting, anybody, can you see your hook under your seat? Anyway, no, nobody seen it. So if it was wherever it had stopped at, it must have been underneath the seat where they couldn't see it. So anyway, that's what I done when I managed to finish that. And I'll have to remember to cut that wool off with my scissors. But I did have to go out today for a walk to the post office. I was dreading going because I've just felt awful the last few days. But you know, I think that walk and the fresh air was good because I felt quite a bit better, and I think my head was a bit clearer as well because I think my sinus things trouble I had because my head was hurting, my whole face was hurting because my sinuses were blocked. But they seem to have cleared since I've had that walk, and that's sort of gone off, cleared my head a bit. So anyway, I had to walk over to the post office because I had some patterns to post. And then I just got in the door and my phone went again after I'd been over and posted them. Went in, there was another one. I thought, why couldn't that come earlier before I walked over to the post office? I thought, it's going to wait till tomorrow. I'm not going out again today. But anyway, that's the way things go, isn't it? But anyway, I'm just going to sit and do a little bit knitting and you know, I didn't bother going out last night. I didn't go to the quiz. I told my friend I wasn't going. It's not just because of the way I felt, but I'm not someone that will go out with a really bad cold and pass it on to everybody else. Which, when I was at Keswick on Saturday, I was a lot of aches and pains in my leg and my back and everything. And I thought it was to do with sitting on the bus for hours, all those hours. But I don't think it was. I think it was the start of this cold, and it didn't really affect me until Sunday night. And I had been to my granddaughter's in the afternoon, and I hope I haven't passed it on to them, because when I came home, that was when I started noticing my throat felt like I had razor blades in my throat. It was very sore, and I started feeling, you know, my head and all that, and then I was hoping, Lord, I hope I haven't passed this cold on to my great-grandkids and Cheryl and Craig. We just have to keep my fingers crossed that I haven't, because I wouldn't have went if I'd realised it just didn't come out. So even though I feel a lot better, I am not going to bingo tomorrow night. But my friend's messaged me anyway. She's found somebody to take her, to give her a lift there, and I messaged Molly and told her I wasn't going as well. And Molly said that she's been in touch with a nephew. Molly hasn't got any children, so she has nobody to help her that way. But she has a lot of nice nieces and nephews, and that she's one of her nephews going to take her. So just because I'm not going, they won't miss the bingo tomorrow night. But that's another thing. If I went, I would be passing it to somebody else there. Now, I'm not going to do that. Which I know for a fact that I got this off my friend. She shouldn't have come out last Thursday. I wouldn't have ended up with this. But that's one little cough. I'll just let that go. So that's my bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.